Here's Phil to tell you more.
Moving forward on the channel, we have finished both Red Dead Redemption 1 and, thankfully, Final Fantasy 13. That playthrough took way too long. It was all of January, all of February, all of March, all of April, and half of May to get through these 60-some parts of Final Fantasy 13. I'm so happy it's done.
Because the game sucks.
I'm just sorry. Now that the game is over, I can fully tell you guys, that thing is terrible. It is so bad. The plot is so endlessly bad. The graphics are good, the music is good, and the gameplay elements of the combat are pretty interesting because they're different from other Final Fantasy games. But dude, the story is the key element, and the story of that game is so poorly written that it's just one of the worst Final Fantasies ever. It's so sad. You really, and I'm glad that now the playthrough is up for posterity purposes, and if you want to watch it, you can watch it in its entirety on DSP Throwback.
No.
Yesterday was my day off, so ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to do a little segment we do every week called Phil's Day Off, where I explain what went down on my day off.
Well, to be honest with you, not a lot.
Pretty laid back day. And it was just funny because I'm just relaxing, you know, during the day. I had a good relaxing day yesterday. And I just, every once in a while, I check my phone. And I keep checking it. It's like, there's more game news. There's more game news. There's more news. I was like,
Why is it all on Thursday? Like, literally every effing story is always on my day off.
I just don't understand how it always aligns like that. It blows my mind that everything happens when I'm not here. You know? Assassin's Creed Shadows.
When they premiered the game on Wednesday, and they said, oh, the two protagonists, well, one is a Japanese woman shinobi, which everyone said there really weren't any female shinobis. There were some female fighters who were meant for like espionage, like they were spies, but mostly they were like pretending to be maids or people in a household. They weren't actually shinobi. There's no such thing as like a female shinobi. And then of course on the other side, the other protagonist is Yasuke, who apparently was a black samurai, right? So then immediately, of course, the internet says, well, actually, there were no black samurai. That's a lie. Yasuke was like this over-glorified kind of manservant who was a novelty. He actually came to Japan along with some guy from Italy, and then Nobunaga, who was in charge of Japan at the time, kind of like, oh, wow, that's cool. I want him to join my group. So he kind of recruited him and made him his sword bearer. So technically, was he a combatant? Yes, he was, but he was never considered like a real samurai. He didn't own the lands. He didn't do the things he didn't have all the honors that a samurai would have, right? He did serve Nobunaga for about 15, 16 months or something like that. But basically, it's funny because everyone wants to argue about this, okay? Some people are like, well, as you can see, this is clear leftist propaganda by Ubisoft. And others are like, what are you talking about? It's just characters. And it's funny because I think I look at both sides, and I think they're both stupid.
I don't know why people are so freaking out. But anyway, yeah, you shouldn't be upset about Yasuke because he really was a real black samurai. To which people would counter and be like, well, no, he wasn't. Here's the actual historical facts about Yasuke. And then he would counter, yeah, but it's just a video game. It's like, wait, what? So you on one side, you're saying it doesn't matter, it's just a video game. But on the other side, you're saying, oh, but it is historically accurate, so you can't be upset that the protagonist is black in a Japanese game. One side is so offended that there's a female protagonist and a black protagonist because that's not representative of the time period. And the Japanese people should be so upset that this is happening.
Well, newsflash, the Japanese people don't play Assassin's Creed games.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
They don't. In Japan, they don't sell. Japanese people usually buy a lot of Japanese-centric games, like JRPGs and shit like that. That's what sells in Japan. At the same time, on the other side, it's hilarious to see people try to defend the fact that Ubisoft has done this in Assassin's Creed for like a decade now, because it's just not defensible. It's silly. They claim their game's historical. Oh, it's a historical game. But then they change history over and over again to try to push a narrative down your throat that didn't exist. Like, forget what history actually was. This is what we wish it was. So here's a game that's historical. No, it's not. You've created a realm of grand fantasy, and that's fine. Just say that. Don't say it's a historical game. It's literally not, because you change history every single iteration of Assassin's Creed. So don't claim that it's historical. Just say, hey, it's a fantasy. It's a what-if scenario. If they had said that, this is a what-if scenario about feudal Japan. Imagine if this happened. Then no one could say shit. But they literally say in the description of the game, it's a historical game. Fuck you. There's nothing historical about it. You're such a liar. Bear with me. Jason Universe has been announced. A new era of the Friday the 13th franchise. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh. That will span a wide range of platforms, from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more, to be announced throughout the year of 2024. One of the platforms will be Fortnite. The Jason Universe. Universe.
You know, I feel like there's a big, gaping, vacuous hole in pop culture. There's something that we need, all right, that needs to really mix things up and change things. I just feel like there needs to be a universe out there based around a movie series from the 1980s.
Let's invest as much time and money as we can and make a universe of content around it. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Debunked, destroyed, and red-pilled. During 2020, and then it carried somewhat into 2021, everyone was stuck at home, right? And we're not just talking people who normally would be at home gaming, correct? I think what it was everyone was stuck at home. A lot of things were in lockdown worldwide. I couldn't even go out for a fucking year. There was nothing to do. Besides grocery shopping, everything was closed. During that time frame, I think what happened was a lot of these companies invested tons of money into expansion and everything. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, oh yeah, gaming will now, because everyone's home and everyone's understanding how good gaming is, it's going to continue to grow, extrapolate, and explode. Let's be honest. Let's take a look at some games. Animal Crossing, like that game, broke records, right? Absolutely broke records. For what? Right? Did it break any new ground? Did it do anything revolutionary? No, just a bunch of people who normally wouldn't be home were stuck at home.
I mean, middle-aged moms were playing Animal Crossing.
And so everything went back to normal. And people said, oh, there's a real world out there with life again. And I've been cooped up for 2 years fucking playing Animal Crossing, right? I want to go out and have a life again. And so they did. They went out. They went to concerts. They went to events. They went vacationing. They started shopping. And everything went back to normal. Some will say for good. Some will say for the worst. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that one because let me tell you, when I used to be able to go to a store and everyone stayed 6 fucking feet away from me and there were no lines and everything was fine, it was pretty good. Say fuck away, wear a mask. I don't have to have your stinky fucking breath around me. I'm not getting sick. Or I didn't even get sick for like 2 years. I wasn't sick at all. I didn't get a cold because those fuckers stayed away from me. So in some capacity, it was kind of nice. And the wave of prosperity for gaming has run out. And in the last 6 to 8 months, we have seen pretty much non-stop layoffs in the gaming sector. I can easily compare this. I remember when I worked in the helicopter industry.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
What? Crema de Coco says, is it me or does your mic sound like shit? Does my mic sound like shit today, guys? Banned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to start the day, I received a $50 tip from Waffins. Thank you, Waffins. And again, I just want to emphasize, Waffins has been around now the last week, tipping a lot. I appreciate that. I certainly hope these are real. But again, it's kind of weird. The reason you have to understand I react like this is very simple. Sadly, I have so many people on the internet who mess with me and troll with me. And the fact that Waffins, who honestly, we didn't even know who this was until like a week ago, has come by this last week and done a significant amount of tipping and supporting. It's very appreciated, but it is suspect too. So I hope that Waffins understands this is not something personal. This is just me being like skeptical, because how do you know that it's real when it's someone who's a brand new person coming by being so generous? And specifically, there's been troll activity around tips and chargebacks recently, right? So all I'm going to say to Waffins is thank you. Again, I give you the benefit of the doubt. I really appreciate that. I hope it's real. That's a great way to start the day. Thank you so much. Let's play a nice animation for you. And for the record, Waffins is chatting in the chat. Waffins has become a member. Waffens has done other contribution methods as well. So it's not like, oh, he's just tipping constantly. No, he's done other things. So everything would lend me to believe they're real. I know everyone's skeptical just like me, but I would say we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Seems to be a positive contributor right now. And that's very nice. Thank you, Waffens.
Whatever the hell Waffens even means.
This person is very skeptical about you guys and what you nominated for the Indies Marathon. You ready? Listen to this. I don't know why folks have picked Lethal Company for your poll. It's not a game you can play solo and have fun. The fun in that game is fucking around with friends and hearing them over comms like Phasmophobia communication. It's a major part of it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I have nothing. I didn't do it. I didn't nominate the game. I'm not voting. Again, this is what happens when you put the power in the hands of the viewers. Is they're going to do what they want to do. People want to see it. They want to see what they want to see. Right? I'm not going to deny them. But if people don't understand at this point what kind of a gamer I am after all this time, I don't even know what else to say. I'm not one of these fucking viral multiplayer streamers that just jumps on with other people and fucks around. I make different kinds of content than most people. So can't really make people understand if they don't get it by now.
I guess they're just, I don't know, they're slow or something.
I received another $1 tip from the Dan Man. He says, I'm currently doing a fast, and it sucks. Have you ever tried fasting before? Well, let me put it this way. No. Yeah, 3 years. That's right. It's been 3 years since I ditched Twitch. That's right. I ditched Twitch. They treated me like dirt. I had enough of their crap. The straw that broke the camel's back was when they actually suspended my stream midstream and claimed that I said something racist. I responded, I did not. You are completely stupid, and you better fix this now. They reviewed it and said, oh, yeah, you never did. Sorry about that. And then they just suspended me. And I said, you know what? I'm never going back. There's no point. I'm not going to be on a business that literally will just suspend me before they review something. Like, they actually suspended my channel without evidence that I did anything wrong. Then when they reviewed it, said, oh, you didn't do anything wrong, and removed it. And they actually apologized, too, in their message. Like, oh, we're so sorry we did that. No, there's no apologies for that. This is a fucking business that I operate to make a life for myself and my family. This is how I support my family. And you're going to take away my ability to work because you're unprofessional? No, you're not. I'm gone. And I left, and I never went back. Why would I go back to Twitch, where Twitch TV is literally
Cock, dicks, and ass.